Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and today we will be talking about interviews. The topic we will be doing is after the interview. So we will talk about the last interview that you had. We will read the dialogue, talk about the dialogue, also then talk about different vocabulary words to describe yourself. Then you will have a chance to describe your character. We will look at some job advertisements, and then we will discuss the job advertisements. So that is what we will be doing today. So I look forward to working with you as we talk about after the interview. So again, my name is Holly, and we will be working with after the interview, and go over this topic. A few things about me. My name is Holly, like I've already said. I am from Idaho, where I'm living in a very small community of less than 900 people. I have been teaching English since 1994 and teaching online since 2006. And hello, Alejandro.
Hello.
Hi. So
Hi. Nice to see you again.
nice to see you too. So what have you been doing the last 3 hours? Have you been studying
Uh,
English?
no, I took a nap.
Ah,
Yeah, and I had work. I work
uh-huh.
as a freelance in weekends.
Oh, you do freelance work on the weekend?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. And do you use a site like Freelancer or um, Odesk or Elance?
No, no, no. I making a web page for
Mm-hmm.
uh, um, a partner. So.
Ah, okay. Cool. Awesome. That's great.
Fíjate.
And hello, Oscar. How are you today?
Hello, Holly. Fine, thanks.
Excellent. So have you had a good day today?
Sorry?
Did you have a good day today?
Yes, yes. Today was holiday in my country.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's really nice. It wasn't in mine. I wish it were, but it wasn't. So, hello, Min. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Now, what time is it in China right now?
10 o'clock a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just
All right.
started.
Yeah, your Saturday morning.
Yeah,
So good morning to you.
yeah,
It's
thank you.
evening where we are.
Wow,
So,
amazing.
so yeah, it's 8 p.m. on Friday evening for me. And Alejandro, what time is it for you?
It's 11 p.m.
11 p.m. And Oscar, what time is it for you?
It's 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay. All right. And then hello, is it Aika?
Yes, Holly. Hi, Holly.
Hi,
How
how
are
are
you?
you? Good. Remind me where you are from, Aika.
I'm from Slovakia.
Slovakia. Okay, I remember you now. You have a different picture.
No, I have the same picture.
Is it the same picture
Yeah, it's the
with
squirrel
the squirrel?
from Minnesota.
Okay, I guess I just didn't remember the Minnesota, but I do remember you. So welcome, welcome.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, because you're in Minnesota and very close to the Mall of America, right?
Yes. So
Awesome.
30 minutes drive.
Uh-huh. Not far at all. I'm a
No.
3-day drive. So hello, Jinyu. How are you today?
I'm fine. I look at your schedule. This is your first lesson.
My first lesson?
I see. I said this is your first lesson.
Oh,
You will have a few lessons today.
yeah, I have a few lessons today. This is actually my second lesson today, but my first lesson in China. So I did teach about 3-4 hours ago. So I had one lesson, and now I have 5. 3 lessons, a break, and then 2 more lessons. So I don't know how that happened. I just kind of,
Break first.
excuse me?
Uh, did you have breakfast?
I did, but it's not morning here.
What time is it?
It is 8 p.m.
Oh, 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's Friday evening here. So,
Right.
yeah. So did you have breakfast?
I just woke up
Oh,
and
okay.
play on my computer
Oh, got
to
it.
learn English with you.
Okay, so maybe you will have breakfast during class. So, all right. All right. Excellent. Excellent. So,
Good idea.
so it's anyway. So everybody, just so that everybody knows who everybody is, we have Aika from Slovakia, who's currently living in Minnesota. We have Alejandro from Argentina. Alejandro, I was gonna say Afghanistan because it started with A, but that's not the right, not even the right region of the world. So, Alejandro from Argentina. So, Amin from China, and Oscar from Colombia. No, Brazil. No, Chile.
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay. So my first choice was right. Okay. And then Jinyu, also from China. So welcome everybody, and I am of course Holly from Idaho. So
Holly, can I have a
yes,
question?
absolutely.
I watched your last lesson today, and you taught to the student that you don't have a holiday today.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's not a national holiday in the US.
Okay.
Some companies will take the day off and some schools have taken the day off. But as far as a national holiday like so many countries have, it is not.
Oh, I didn't know it because in Minnesota it is Minnesota holiday.
Oh, is it?
And yeah, it's marked as a holiday day. So and
Okay.
we have this day free. So
Wow.
I was really surprised that in Idaho it isn't.
Yeah, it was and so I didn't realize that different states had different holidays. So that's new for me. Wow. Yeah.
Funny.
So it is a holiday, but it's not a holiday where the banks were closed and those kind of holidays. We call it a bank holiday is what they're called.
Yeah, definitely it's not a bank holiday because also the supermarkets were open today, but most of the companies are closed.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, most of the companies were open here, and the banks were open, the mail was delivered, everything was just normal. So, the local school in my town was closed, though.
Yeah, the schools are also closed in
Hello.
Minnesota. Yeah, no.
Oh, really?
Today.
Okay. The public school was not closed. The local school in my town is a private school, so that's why it was closed. So, hello, Anna Carolina. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
And Ana Carolina, what time is it right now in Brazil?
11 p.m.
11 p.m. Awesome. Okay, so that's that it is getting quite late. All right. Well, so let's talk about this lesson. We have the topic here is after the interview. So let's everybody answer this question. What was the last interview you had? So let's start with Jinyu. What was the last interview that you had?
Uh, the last interview I had was a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want I wanted to work in a company.
Mm-hmm.
That company was about teaching English.
Mm-hmm.
I have an interview with the boss, but I I was not satisfied with the salary. The boss
Mm.
wanted to hire me, but I finally refused to receive the offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So you were offered a job teaching English, but if it was was it an institute?
Mm. The company was a small institute.
Yeah. Yeah. Because those are the probably the lowest paying. So yeah. All right. And Ika, how about you? What was the last interview you had?
Actually, there were a few interviews 3 years ago when I was looking for a job in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had 4 interviews there, and yeah, more or less all of them were successful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you
I had a choice after the interviews what kind of job I want to take.
did you work for a did you work for a company in Germany then? Did you
Yes.
work in Germany? Where in Germany did you live?
In south of Germany, it was in Baden-Württemberg. It's close to Bavaria.
Okay.
It's the second part of South Germany. One part is Bavaria, and the second is Baden-Württemberg.
I think I know the area. So it's the biggest city, Frankfurt.
No, the biggest city, I think it's Stuttgart. There.
Oh, Stuttgart. Okay.
Yes.
I had when I first started teaching English online about 8 years ago. I had students in Stuttgart. That's why I've heard of it. Okay.
Okay. It's I worked for the company 1 hour drive from the Stuttgart.
Oh, got it. Okay. Awesome. All right. And Oscar, how about you? What was the last interview you had?
My last interview was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Was in the currently company when when I'm uh, I'm working now.
Okay, so it's where you're working now. Okay. All right. And uh, so you've been there for 5 years now. Are you really happy with your job?
Yes, I am really happy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's about the uh, design of the sector oil and gas.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, this design of the sector. I'm not sure I understand or what you said, Orion Gus, but that's an area of Colombia.
Yes, it's
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I assumed because it was not as I didn't understand it. So, all right, excellent, thank you. And Alejandro, how about you? What was the last interview you had?
it was the last week for HP.
Oh, really?
Yes, but they asked me about my English,
Mhm.
and that's all.
Uh-huh.
Um, but they asked me a lot of questions about my current job,
Mm-hmm.
but the position required a high level of English.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
So,
have.
don't
For
have it
this
yet.
reason, yes, for this reason, I'm subscribed in Berlin.
I got it. I got it. Yeah. So that is a motivator, definitely. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Anna Carolina, how about you? What was the last interview you had?
Well, I've been working as a civil servant for 4 years, about 4 years,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't an interview. It was more like a welcoming. Um, but I remember once before when I did an interview to work as a salesperson
Mm-hmm.
in a store.
Mm-hmm.
I was a teenager. It was awful because there was two psychologists. There were two psychologists there making a lot of questions at the same time.
Oh,
Asking
really?
about everything. Yes,
Uh-huh.
being nosy, and I sort of gave up to get the job
Okay.
because it was very awkward.
Uh-huh. Because of the way they had. I know when I was in Finland, I taught at two employment agencies, and they also had psychologists um, that were that interviewed people. It was a company that was big clients would outsource them to to get the final two and so forth, and it was very interesting to learn about their process. I got a chance to to teach with both of the companies. I mean, they were competitors and stuff like that. So, was it intimidating on Anna Carolina when with the psychologists,
Yes,
the questions
yes,
they were asking?
uh, yes, because two at the same time asking
Mm-hmm.
about my personal life, and it seemed like a inquiry at a police station. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Those moves those kinds of moves we
Movies, yeah.
see that you
Uh-huh.
see uh, where there are two cops,
Uh-huh.
a good one and a bad one, trying to
They were playing
the
good cop, bad cop.
yeah,
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
something like that.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, Min, how about you? What was the last interview you had?
I'm still learning in the university, so I didn't have a formal interview, but I do have a part-time job interview
Uh-huh.
as
Uh-huh.
as a high school physical tutor and to earn my tuition.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing experience. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so you're teaching, what are you teaching? Physical ed or physical
Um,
science?
uh, just the physical. physical subject.
Oh, what do you mean by physical subjects?
Subject
Oh,
physical.
like all the subjects?
Is a subject in China high school. We have Mandarin Chinese and math and English and physical. Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm not sure what physics. See, because this is what I'm hearing. I'll write it on the Verbling chat. We have physical science, and then we. Oops, I said I wrote it.
Yeah. I'm
Physical.
wrong. Physical science.
Okay, physical science. Okay, because the reason I asked that because we also have what's called physical education. Yeah.
Physical education. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I wanted to know which one it was. So.
Okay.
And I didn't think that a child would need tutoring for physical education, but they might. So.
Yeah.
So what is your major in university mean?
Electric automation.
Ah, okay. An engineer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you will have many choices in your future. Awesome. Claudio, how are you today?
Oh, doing well, Holly. And you?
I'm very good, thank you. It's nice to see you again. So, Claudio, how about you? What was the last interview you had?
Oh, 15 years ago, when I got my last job, the job that I am today, till today.
And so do you even remember that interview?
Yes, I remember very clear in my mind. It was awful. I hated that experience, but I needed the job a lot, so I had to pass to this interview, to that interview, better.
I understand. I totally understand. Yeah. And for me, I'm going to answer this question as well. The last interview I had was about 3 weeks ago, and since I'm a freelancer, I have a lot of different contracts or a lot of different projects that I do. And so the last project that I've been hired for was about 3 weeks ago. So.
Yes, after that interview, I had another kind of job interview, but not the job that I must get the job, just to freelance job, like the job to make some extra money.
Extra money, yeah.
So
freelancing is
a little bit different. Sometimes you don't worry a lot about this kind of interview. It's different when you must get the job, must work, really must work this kind.
Exactly, it's a completely different feeling because like the interview I had as well, it was like, well, if they hire me, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too, because I'm totally fine without it. So. And that's sometimes with freelancing, you're desperate, but I've been very fortunate since I started this. So, all right, well, let's go ahead. What we're going to do now is we're going to practice this conversation. Ben is talking to Claire about a recent job interview. So what I'd like to do here is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we have two volunteers who would like to read?
Hey.
Okay, Anna and Min. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anna, would you read Claire? And Min,
okay.
Is it Min or Min?
Min.
Min. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, Min, you be Claire. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Anna is Claire because it's a woman's name, and Min, you are Ben. Okay.
Yes.
So, how did it go? Do you think you got the job?
It was awful. I was so nervous. I could hardly think.
But that's natural. Could you answer the questions, okay?
Where the one on banking were fine, but he asked me about my character and my strengths and weakness,
I could tell him about that.
and I have no idea what to see.
When do you get the results?
Early next week, I'm trading, opening the envelope.
Okay. No, so keep in mind this is a pronunciation issue that everybody in the class has from time to time, and that's when you have the ES, and especially with an S here, SES. In English, we'll actually pronounce the S, so we'll pronounce it. We'll say weaknesses. Weaknesses.
Weaknesses.
So and this is really common. It's not even like with some errors, you find it with one language group always makes this error. But this one is Spanish speakers, Chinese speakers, Portuguese speakers, French speakers, everybody. And that is actually swallowing the S at the end. So be sure to pronounce all the S's at the end. Ones, strengths, and weaknesses. Okay. All right. And all right. Let's practice this one more time. Do we have any other volunteers that would like to read? Alejandro, I think you wanted to. Okay. Ika, do you want to? Alejandro, do you want to?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In which part?
Okay. So you play Ben. Alejandro is Ben, and Ika, you are Claire.
So how did it go? Do you think you got the job?
It was awesome. I was so nervous. I could hardly think.
But that's natural. Could you answer the questions okay?
Well, the ones on banking were fine, but he asked me about my character and my strengths and weaknesses.
I could tell him about that.
And I had no idea what to say.
When do you get the result?
Early next week. I am opening the envelope.
All right. Thank you very much, and very good, everybody. Alejandro, you pronounced this one very well, so very good. Does anybody else in the class want to read? Oscar, Claudio, Jinyu, are you fine?
Okay.
Okay, you will?
Yes, I'm here. I'm fine.
Okay.
Hi, teacher.
What I have to do, Holly? Sorry, I lost your.
Would you like to read what everybody else has read?
Oh yes, I would. Okay.
Okay. So so you be Claire, and Jinyu, would you like to read as well?
Teacher, before reading, I have a question about the pronunciation.
Okay, perfect. Which word?
And I hear the different sounds about strings.
Okay, this word actually, this can have different ways of pronouncing it. I say strengths. Strengths. So what I actually do not pronounce the th. I say strengths. So it's more like strengs. That's how I pronounce it. Now, there are other pronunciations for this, and that's why you don't correct all the pronunciations, because there's several different kinds. Now, there are some, I think British English, they will actually pronounce the whole thing, every single sound. Strengths. I can't even do it with the th.
Yes.
Strengths.
And
I've heard people do that though.
And when th and s put together, it's very difficult for non-native speaker to pronounce.
It is, and as you notice, I'm not even doing it. Strengths. So I'm not even pronouncing the th. Strengths.
The best choice for me to imitate your way.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on to the reading.
Okay. So Yeah, so Claudio, you read Claire, and Jinyu, why don't you read Ben?
Okay. So how did it go? Do you think you got the job?
It was awesome.
Awesome. That says awful.
Oh, it was awful. I am so nervous. I could hardly think.
Well, that's natural. Could you answer the questions, okay?
Well, rewards and banking were fine, but he asked me about my character and my strengths and weaknesses.
I could tell him about that.
And I had no idea what to say.
When do you get the result?
Early next week, I'm dreading opening the envelope.
Okay, I find this really funny. Every time this dialogue is read, I kind of chuckle when we get to Claire's response saying, "I could tell him about that," basically saying Ben doesn't know his strengths and weaknesses, but his wife or his girlfriend does. So
Yes.
I'm chuckling every time. So Oscar, could you do you want to practice reading?
Okay.
Okay, I will be Claire. So how
Okay.
did it go? Do you think you got the job?
I was awful. I was so nervous, I could hardly think.
But that's natural. Could you answer the questions okay?
Well, the ones on banking were fine, but he asked me about my character and my strengths and weaknesses.
I could tell him about that.
And I had no idea that to say.
When do you get the result?
Early next week, I'm reading opening the envelope.
Yeah, so I'm dreading opening the envelope. So envelope. And remember with past tense ed, this words that have the ed is the past tense, and this is for everybody. With this one, we have a K. So we have, see, asked. We actually pronounce it like this. Asked. And the reason for that, and just keep in, if you can remember, if you have a K or a hard G, a P or a B, the ending will always be a T sound. However, if you have a T or a D, the ending will always be an ED sound. Otherwise, so for basically most everything else, the ending is a D sound. So what you aim to do is do not do the ED sound unless there's a T or a D. So this one, asked. And let's see if we can find another word that would have resulted. This one, if result was here. If result, I can't seem to get this working. Okay, go over here, Holly. Anyway, let's go over to the other part of the page. If result were an ED, because it has a T at the end, how would we pronounce this? Anyone?
Resulted.
Yes.
It has a ET sound.
Yeah, it's an ED sound because it has this T right here.
Yes.
So this one would be resulted. Where this one, because there's the K, you have the T sound. And it's really, yes.
Some people just say asked without the key.
What do you mean?
I asked in the past tense.
Asked.
Some people don't pronounce the key.
The K.
The K. I'm sorry. The K. Sorry.
Okay. Asked. Asked.
I
You're right. Some people do that. I mean, I think most people do pronounce the K, and the one thing about pronunciation mistakes, small ones like this, is usually a native speaker is going to be listening for content, and so if you make a mistake, like you say asked instead of asked, they're going to be listening to content, and they will get the word based on the content or based on the context of that word. But you are right. Some people actually do not say
American people.
Yep.
They don't pronounce the K.
Most do. I haven't. I've heard it a little bit, but usually it might be. I'm not sure who doesn't use the K. I'd have to look at some websites for linguistics. So, anyway.
Yeah,
all right.
Hello.
Holly, I have a point that I would like to give.
Okay.
I got a tip from a teacher some time ago, and she taught me that we could pay attention in our through, because if our through is vibrating with the letter before ed, and it means that we have to say T instead D. Like if I say G, and if I put the finger in my throat, I would feel my throat vibrating.
Yes.
So in case I have to use T, if my throat is not vibrating, I could use.
Yeah, that's voiced and voiceless. I remember that from graduate school, but I've never actually taught it. So that's true. You can just touch your throat, and you can actually feel about that.
Yes. After that, I started to try pay attention in my throat, and it helped me a lot. I don't know about my classmates, but it helped me.
Yeah, touching your throat that does make a good that's a very good one. I've never thought about teaching that, so I might read up on that again and put that into my teaching. So all right, now does everybody know all the words? For example, dreading. Does everybody know that word? I'm dreading opening the envelope.
Dreading is you're afraid.
You're
scared. You're frightened.
Yep, exactly. Thank you, Xinyu. All right.
No
so let's
problem.
go. Now that we've read this 3 or 4 times, we should know all these answers really good. All right. So number 1, Ika, what kind of job interview did Ben attend?
I think for a job in the bank.
Yes, bank. All right, and Alejandro, how did Ben feel during the interview?
Afraid.
Okay, he felt afraid, and why?
Because they want to ask to him.
Okay. And because of the questions they were asking? Okay. Afraid or nervous is another one. He was nervous. Okay. And Ana Carolina, what questions did Ben find difficult to answer?
Personal questions about his strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, I think most people find that difficult. All right. And Claudio, is Ben looking forward to the result? How do you know?
Yes, and he's looking forward to the result because he is fearing to open the result.
Okay, so is he looking forward, or is he dreading it? So if he's dreading it, he is not looking forward to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's not anxious. It's different to be anxious.
Yeah, exactly. So to look forward to something is usually when actually in the last class I taught today, we actually had the verb meaning to look forward. Anna Carolina, you were in that class. What does to look forward mean?
Teacher, to expect something eagerly.
Yes, to eagerly wait for something. So eagerly wait for something. Yeah. So in this respect, he's not looking forward to getting the result because he's dreading it. So so that's just a new phrasal verb. All right. So let's look at this vocabulary. Let's
Teacher,
look at the yes.
I have a question about the grammar.
Okay.
And you put and verb eagerly after the infinitive symbol too.
Oh, okay. This is a what I did a split infinitive, and it's thank you for correcting me. Wait eagerly. This is a real common when you consider the fact that there's two types of grammar. To wait eagerly. Is the correct. Okay, that is the correct book grammar, the grammar that you know. Okay, now I'm just going to take this off because of that. But yeah, keep in mind the spoken grammar that native speakers use. We split our infinitives all the time. So we will say to eagerly await, or he is eagerly waiting. But in writing, a lot of us as native speakers get in trouble because we split our infinitives that way. So, good catch. Very good catch.
Already you were talking about that. I have another question. Could I say to not and a verb together?
Say the word.
And to not say, like to not do something, like if I'm saying you can do anything, you can do nothing. Let me think, because another day I was in a class and I tried to okay, like we can do anything unless to not think and say during the class.
No, you can't put the two there.
How could I express this idea? Saying don't?
Yeah, don't would be the right one. If you want to put the but I would need to hear. I would need to hear the sentence in context to really know. But what you said sounds completely wrong to me, because you really can't. I can't think of a situation where we would put to in front of not.
Yes, I meant like if I am trying to express the verb on an infinitive, but in a negative way, like because in Portuguese we can say don't do, but without the third or the person before, like you, they. Express the idea of infinitive and verb, but in a negative way. Just
don't do. I mean, you can say, yeah. I would have to see that more in context, because I'm not sure really what you mean by that, Claudio. So if you remember and you can send me a message, and I'll definitely reply about that. So that's one thing. But this is something that's interesting about not that you may or may not know. And have you guys ever seen anybody say this? Okay, he can't not eat ice cream. Has anybody seen this? He can't not.
No.
And the double negative is wrong for grammar.
I heard it. You cannot be happy. You can't not be happy.
Yeah. So what happens is in English, a double negative is not very common, but it is spoken and it is used. So a double negative actually equals a positive. So in reality, if you say he can't not eat ice cream, it really means he must or he has to. He has to eat ice cream.
I guess you taught me it, Holly.
What?
It was a test in your class, in one of your previous class.
Oh, really? I don't remember going over double negatives.
Yes, the statement was he or anyone can't not be happy.
Oh, really?
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember that, but it doesn't surprise me because, well, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I've done it all almost. But except for that voice and voiceless, I've never really touched that.
Holly, I type in a phrase in the chat box. That's exactly the example that I would like to know. It's better not say what I want. It makes sense. It's
not to say.
Correct.
Well, it's in that respect, when you're looking, it's better to say this. It is better not to say what I want.
Okay. So could I say it's better to not say not?
It's better to not say. And the reason for that is you can get away with it, but the same reason that Jinyu caught me on the to eagerly await, it's the same reason. It's called a split infinitive.
But in a colloquial way,
it would work. Yeah.
It's acceptable.
Yeah. Let me see. Say that again. It's better to not say what I want. Yeah, it works.
It's better to not say them. What do you think about them? Like that.
Yeah. It will work. Colloquial, informal English, it will work. Oh. If a professional presentation, academic writing, it would not work. So.
Okay. Thanks, Holly.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. So let's go on to these vocabulary words. We write a word with the opposite meaning in the spaces. So we have reliable, hardworking, responsible, intelligent, calm, confident, mature, organized, outgoing, and polite. So Jinyu, can you choose one of these words and give us the negative meaning for this? The opposite.
Hardworking, lazy.
Okay. Hardworking is definitely lazy, yes. I put all these in capital letters. Okay, and ICAT, yes?
Can you change it into lower leader?
I can, why?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's your turn. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No worries. I just want capitals just because it's easier to see. Yeah. But I've kind of learned, and not always can I change it once I write it on a PDF, but sometimes I can. So.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Oh. Hello. You are the most professional lady of teachers I have been met.
Oh, thank you. I'm probably the oldest. That's probably why.
Yeah. Go on,
So,
go on, go on. Go on, go on.
Ike, let's go on. Let's go on. Ike, can you choose one? And sorry about my coughing, everyone.
No problem. Reliable, unreliable?
Yes, reliable is unreliable.
Mm.
Right. And Oscar, can you choose one?
Responsible, irresponsible.
Perfect. Irresponsible. All right. And Alejandro.
Polite, rude.
Okay, polite is rude. There's another one. Does anybody know what the other one would be? So we have rude is a
Impolite.
Impolite. Perfect.
Impolite.
Impolite. A rude is what the worksheet says. the authors of this worksheet, they say that, but impolite is the other one. All right, and Claudio, can you choose one?
Mature. I chose that because the pronunciation I'm not sure yet. And unmature.
Okay, it's actually with this A right here. I don't know if you know the concept of a schwa. A schwa is an sound. Okay, so this much, and so basically it means that the stress is in the last syllable. So this is mature. So the pronunciation for that would be immature.
Immature. Okay.
So,
mature.
Mature. Yeah, and actually, Shin Yu's got mature. I don't say it that way. Mature is how I say it.
Mature. Immature. Okay, mature.
Immature.
Immature.
Very good. All right, Anna Carolina, can you choose one?
Can you choose for me?
Sure. Organized.
Disorganized.
Perfect.
Let me say something else.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my gosh.
Okay, so the rest of these do not have the
bad behaved. Bad behaved. Bad organized. Maybe.
No. Disorganized would be the only really, or disorganized would be the right one. Or he's not. We would say he's not very organized. There's no one word for that. So oops, not very organized. Okay, so Anna Carolina, can you choose another one of these words?
Okay, outgoing, shy.
Shy, okay. Shy is one. Does anybody have another word for shy? Shy or opposite of outgoing?
Antisocial.
Should you?
Introverted.
Okay, well, I don't agree with that, but I'll put it. And the reason I don't agree is introverts. If you're introverted, it doesn't mean you're necessarily not outgoing. I know a lot of outgoing people who are very introverted. So, but I will put that because that's one thing. Anybody else have another word?
Ashamed.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Reserved.
Reserved. Yeah, and I think reserved is the most common one. Shy is next, and introverted I think personally is used wrong, and people don't understand that. Introvert, if you're an introvert or an extrovert, what the true meaning is where you get your energy. So an introvert usually has to be at home or have alone time. They have to, at least once a week, they need to spend time alone. Where an extrovert, maybe once a month do they need alone time. They don't. They get energy from being around people, from going to parties and things like that. So, Anna Carolina?
What about a dweeb?
What word?
I will type because I'm not sure how to
pronounce it. Okay.
How to pronounce a dweeb?
Dweeb.
Dweeb.
Oh,
It's the opposite of outgoing.
No. A dweeb would be more like a kind of a stupid person, or it's colloquial for sure.
Socially inept person.
So yeah, socially inept, socially awkward, kind of nerdish. Yeah, that's what a dweeb would be. So it has nothing to do with outgoing or reserved. So confident. Anybody? Let's see, Claudio. Can you choose a word for confident?
Unconfident.
No.
No.
We don't know. It's an actual word.
Insecure.
Insecure. Good.
Insecure is definitely a good one. Okay. Can anybody else think of another one?
Afraid?
No. One is hesitant.
Oh, it's the same word in Portuguese.
Is it? Okay. Okay. All right. So what is opposite of calm?
Anxious.
Anxious could be one of them. I think it's better than the one that this worksheet has chosen, frankly. Anxious. The other word is panicky. But I don't like panicky. I think anxious makes more sense.
Could I use angry?
No. Angry would be happy or angry.
Okay.
Nervous?
Nervous would be one, definitely. Nervous. Okay.
Excited?
Yes. And excited can be in a negative or a positive way. You could be negatively excited or positively excited, but you're definitely not calm. So how about how about intelligent?
Unintelligent, slow, dumb, retarded.
Unintelligent. The one that they put on here was stupid.
It's a bit impolite. It's low.
Well, I mean, I would say dumb is more impolite than stupid.
Dumb?
Yeah. Because dumb has the reason for that. Let me write this word. Dumb has two meanings. One meaning stupid. That's the colloquial definition. But also dumb. The true meaning of dumb is it is a person who can't speak. Yes. So maybe they don't have a voice. They don't have a voice box. So or they can't hear, so they can't learn to speak. And so, for example, the deaf and dumb. And so that's the correct definition of the word dumb. So that's why personally I think dumb is more rude than stupid, because people who are deaf, who cannot hear, therefore they cannot speak, are not stupid. They just can't hear. So, all right. Yes.
Holly, just a second. In Portuguese, we have a word to describe a people that is intelligent, is not intelligent, like burro, but it means mule, like the animal, Oh,
mule. Wow.
Uh-huh. It makes sense in English if you say to someone, "Oh, you were a mule," not.
Nope. It makes no sense at all.
Okay, because
we would go, huh? What are you saying? Yeah. Okay, so it would not make any sense. So, well, everybody, I want to thank you for your this active participation and all the questions. It was wonderful. Come again. So I want these questions. I love them. So, and the next class, if you guys are sticking around, is the lure of the lottery. So if you guys still have some energy on this Friday night, talk about winning the lottery this Friday night or Saturday morning for those of you who are in Asia. So anyway, everyone, thank you, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you, Holly.